Hey guys, welcome to the Quant Capital FX. In this video we will present to you our weekly Forex forecast for the following pairs: EURUSD, GBPUSD, Gold, USDCAD, and US Oil. But before we continue, we also want to note that we have a Telegram channel as well, where we post a lot of educational content as well as our trades in real time. So this channel performing very well. Last week we made over 500 pips in a free chat, only in 3 trades. Do not have any VIP sections or paid signals, just go down below, subscribe to our Telegram channel and trade with us. And let's go to the charts. So guys, today we have a lot of interesting setups for you, and let's start with EURUSD weekly time frame. As you can see, we have already a breakout of the short-term trend line, as well as a break above the 50 EMA on the weekly, which shows a heavily bullish presence. But as you can see, we still do not have a breakout of the longer term trend line on the weekly. But for now, we already established a bullish bias on the weekly. So let's go down to the daily. So here's on the daily, we have a clear uptrend through the higher highs and higher lows. But guys, as you can see, we have a breakout through the trend line and as well as the resistance zone with heavily bullish candles. But as you can see, when the price came to the longer term trend line, we have this reaction with the long wick right here. As you can see, when this reaction occurs in the past, for instance, right here, we have a pullback. So actually, we can expect a small pullback to give an area of high confluence. But let's go down to the 4-hour and discuss this scenario more in depth. So here 4-hour time frame, and we could see a clearer uptrend again through the higher highs and higher lows, and we can already see that price started to pull it back right here. But for now, let's draw our Fibonacci tool. We actually want to see a pullback to the 0.5 level or even to the 0.618 level before price proceeded up. We could also expect that price might pull back to the area of high confluence. For instance, let's draw our Fibonacci right here. And we could expect that price could pull back to that level of high confluence, where trend line, support, and our golden fib level, fib zone, all lines up perfectly. So this is a very strong, powerful zone, and we could easily expect a heavy pullback from that level. But anyway, we have a strong bullish bias on this pair for the next week. Let's move on. So here's GBPUSD weekly time frame, and as we can see, this pair continues to gain momentum. But what we want to see through this bullish engulfing candle, beautiful on the weekly time frame. But what we want to see to confirm our bullish bias is a lower high. So we need to see a breakout through that level on the weekly for price to make a higher high. But let's go down to the daily. So here's daily time frame, and as you can remember, we have an unconfirmed bullish bias on the weekly, as we need to see a higher high. But on the daily, we have a rejection of the minor resistance zone as well as the 50 EMA, creating for us conflicting data, because we want to see a rejection like this when it comes to clear bullish bias. But anyway, we're making a higher lows and higher highs on the daily. But considering this area of structure, you can see we have a multiple candle rejection of this area. So again, to confirm our bullish bias and confluence and on the daily and on the weekly time frame, we still need a higher high on the weekly. But let's go down to the 4-hour time frame. So here's 4-hour time frame, and again we can see a multiple candle rejection of a minor resistance zone right here. And this is actually what we want to see when it comes to clear uptrend and breakout. So we could expect a pullback to that area, to the trend line. And then, if price failed to break right through that trend line, we could see a move to that structure, to that level. And further, we want to see some price action at this key level. When price again creating a multiple candle rejection of this zone, we could easily expect a trend line break and further drop. So moving on. So here's USDCAD weekly time frame. And as you can see, we have already established a lower low on the weekly time frame through this beautiful engulfing candle with a very big body. But we also can see that price rejected our weekly support level or even zone. So we again have a clear higher low on the weekly, as well as small rejection of the support zone, creating for us conflicting data. So let's go down to the daily time frame. So here's daily time frame. We could see this break below the 50 EMA and below the previous minor support zone. But we also could see a big candle, a smaller candle that rejected our weekly support, followed by an inside bar candle right here. Actually, all of this shows momentum loss and possible trend change. But it's only an early signal and reaction to that level. Reaction does not equal to a reversal, so we want to see a further price action at this level to confirm our bias. Let's go down to the 4-hour time frame. So as you can see, after this heavily downtrend, we could see that price stopped at this key weekly level and started to flat. So when it comes to reversal, we want to see a breakout of that trend line as well as this minor dynamic support and resistance zone and the 50 EMA. You can see that these three structures lines up perfectly, making this area very meaningful. So when price breaks right through this level, through this zone, where these three components perfectly lines up, we could easily confirm a trend change. So moving on. Here's gold, weekly time frame. And we can see this beautiful candle with a very long wick, meaning that buyers are taking very heavy pressure on the sellers. We could also see that price makes a higher highs and higher lows. But again, like we said in our previous videos, we would like to see a break through that minor resistance zone as well as through the 1.8 level. To confirm our bullish bias. So let's go down to the daily. So here on the daily, we could clearly see a higher low right here. So we need to put a trend line connecting these 2 points right here. But again, for further confirmation, we need to see some price action at these key levels right here and right here. So here on the 4-hour, we could draw our Fibonacci tool from the recent swing high to the recent swing low right here, and we can see that our price currently in the middle of the golden zone of Fibonacci level. We could see a clear rejection of the 0.5 level with 2 candles, but we could also see a rejection of the 0.618 level. So again, for further confirmation and trend continuation, we could see at least a breakout of this minor zone and a pullback somewhere right here. So moving on. So here's US oil weekly time frame, and we could easily see a heavy bullish price action on the weekly time frame, creating for us a very strong bullish bias. So let's draw our Fibonacci tool and see what we mean. From the recent swing high to the recent swing low, as always. Boom. And on the weekly, we could see a clear break through the resistance zone with heavy bullish candles, as well as a rejection of the 0.5 golden Fibonacci level on the weekly time frame, which means that these rejections are very powerful, creating for us a strong bullish bias on the weekly. So let's go down to the daily. Here on the daily we could see that the price clearly makes higher highs and higher lows, as well as we could easily see a multiple rejection of the golden 0.5 fib zone, as well as higher high which was formed in the last session, creating for us a bullish bias as well on the daily. Let's go down to the 4-hour time frame. So here on the 4-hour time frame we could see a picture perfect rejection of the 0.5 fib zone as well as the 50 EMA, and then price break right through the previous minor resistance zone, creating a higher high. So we could easily expect an upside movement to the 40 level or even to the 44 level right here. So guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, to our Telegram channel, leave the comments, press the like button, and see you on the next video.